Hey, you know what? Just cancel the recording because I don't want to open it. I mean, honestly, no, better just cut. Hi, what's up, friends? I'm Darkoburi the Collector, and this week's video is about this Spider-Man from Hot Toys. So, for this week's video, we've got this hot toy. If you notice, it's a Spider-Man from the video game edition. This is something you guys have been asking for a lot from this line. We've already shown a couple of figures. If you remember and have seen all the Darkoburi videos, we have one from Resident Evil where Jill Valentine and Leon S. Kennedy appeared. And as always, we're going to start with a quick review of the box, because I know what you really want is to see the figure. But if you look over here, we have Spider-Man in a classic pose from the video game. Here we have our hero's name, the Marvel franchise, and here it tells us what kind of figure we're getting. This is the advanced suit. And here it tells us it's from the video game. Up here at the top, we have the same advanced suit label and that it's a 1/6 scale, so this figure is in 1/6 scale. And over here we just have the suit. Sorry, the Spider-Man logo. Again, it says advanced suit, and a lot of text on the back that doesn't really tell us anything except for the developers, the company info, and all that. On this side, we just have some amazing photos of the incredible Spider-Man. As you all know, this part of the box is magnetized, so it closes really well. And now, let's get to the spoiler for the figure so you can see it. This is how we're going to do the unboxing of our Spider-Man. Over here, we have just the figure of Spider-Man shown from the back, and as you can see, it comes with a lot of accessories. So let's take them all out one by one so you can get the full experience here on the Darkoburi channel. We've taken out all the pieces that come with our Spider-Man, starting back here with this diorama. Here we have the base, several interchangeable hands, some alternate eyes that we'll show you in a moment, all the accessories. And if you're a fan of the video game, which first came out for PlayStation 4 and then, after Miles Morales, for PlayStation 5, you'll remember everything our web-slinging friend can do. But let's start with the basics. First, the description. Remember, our hero is from New York, and it comes with a reflective piece so you can mount him here and see the whole look of our hero. As you might remember, all Hot Toys figures are articulated. Here, it looks like Spider-Man is in a single piece, but he actually has several points of articulation. If you look closely, these figures are fully articulated, including movement in the legs, and you can even move the feet. It comes with an instruction manual that tells you how far you can move each part so you don't have any issues and don't break your figure. You should always check this first. Here, for example, it shows the articulation and says it moves up to 60 degrees. Be very careful, because if you move it a bit more, it could break. And the worst part is that since the joint is inside the suit, you won't be able to see it, so your figure will end up like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon when he dislocated his shoulder and had to pop it back in with a hit. So be very careful with your figure. Let's start by analyzing our figure here first, and then we'll move on to all the accessories, so stick around for the full review of our friend Spider-Man. Let's leave Spider-Man in this position so we can analyze all the parts of the figure. First up is Spider-Man's traditional mask. Here it is, with the red colors, and all along the top part, if you look closely, it has this web-like pattern. But if we do a close-up, you can see these tiny, micrometric details on the suit. It's a super cool detail that these figures have. Now, let's talk about the design of these Hot Toys figures. Let's take a look at the eyes that our Spider-Man has. If you notice, they're the regular ones, and right now I'm going to swap them out for these over here. These are replacement eyes, like in the movie where Tom Holland appears and he says, "Activate instant kill mode," and the eyes instantly change to a serious expression. The only thing missing is that the eyes should be red, but honestly, that scene is super cool. And then Peter Parker regrets it and says, "No, wait. Better not use instant kill." As you can see, Spider-Man's traditional suit is in these red and blue colors. The whole suit features this web design. But check this out, when it's down here, you can even see the shoulder, the muscle there. But if we move it up, look at how this part of the suit starts to fold. The same thing will happen with the elbow. Check it out, here it's fully extended. The moment we start to bend the piece, look at how this folds, just like it would with regular clothing. When you move, it starts to crease. The same thing happens here with the suit. That's why I'm telling you, when you move this joint that your whole piece has, do it carefully. Why? Because if something happens, there's nothing you can do about it. You'd have to tear the suit to see inside. Another interesting thing about this Spider-Man with the advanced suit, which was a bonus you got when you pre-ordered Spider-Man 4, well, PlayStation 4, sorry, is that it came with this white spider and all the details here on the suit. If you look, the white color runs along this part and this part, all the way to the wrist. Here, each of the knuckles is shown in white. On the underside, there's only a black mark. And the fingers, which are also super cool, have all these web patterns from Spider-Man. You can see a slightly deeper black color here on the fingers compared to the rest of the suit. And everything else that was inside here, if you look, is the web shooter. The interesting part is that it comes with interchangeable web shooters, interchangeable hands, and the whole suit looks completely seamless. If you look here, he's doing the piece out like Darkoburi. It also has the black part here on the palm of the hand. Both shoulders, as you can see, can be lifted. It's absolutely amazing. And the next thing is the blue part downwards. If you notice, it has this red element, as if it were a belt. But right now we're going to do a close-up so you can see the whole torso down to the leg. If you look, it's seamless. It's just the color to make it look like it's part of a belt. But it has nothing to do with it. And down here, check out how it looks like the seams of Spider-Man's actual suit, so that this red part here continues with the web symbols. You draw the shape again here, the folds, and look at how the fabric of this suit folds again. Let's call it this superhero latex suit. Check out this part here, how you can see the muscles from the quadriceps down to the knee. The figure is super realistic here behind the calves. Look at how the same fabric keeps folding, and the most interesting thing about Spider-Man is actually in the feet. If you notice, the suit itself has what look like little winged attachments here. What do you think? Do you think it could be from Hermes, who was one of the messenger gods and could fly as fast as the wind, like a white arrow? Here it also has this red design, this part that complements the white section, and the soles here look just like those of a regular sneaker, with their white, black, and red. So now let's take a very close look at the full and complete figure. I will show you absolutely everything you truly need to see in a detailed close-up of Spider-Man in the Hot Toys figure. To begin talking about the various special items that come included with your figure, the very first thing I am going to talk about and discuss is the eyes. Like I previously said, you absolutely need to refer to your comprehensive manual to avoid potentially damaging your valuable Hot Toys figure. And the very first thing they explicitly tell you is that to carefully remove the eyes, you gently press on this specific part up here with a little bit of careful pressure. That's precisely how you end up with your figure without its eyes. I left it exactly like that, looking very much like a Mexican wrestler, similar to the ones you can easily buy at the local street market. That's precisely how my Spider-Man ultimately ended up looking. I'm going to put these more squinted eyes on him so our Spider-Man looks more intense, and in a moment we'll also change his hands. But I don't want to miss showing you how the figure looks. If you notice, the head is also fully articulated, really impressive. This is how it looks without the eyes, and this is how our Spider-Man's new look turns out. I've already changed this hand, which is literally the first part that fits directly onto our superhero's wrist, and the second part connects to the forearm. It comes with an extra pair in case you break it. Here's one for each hand, because sometimes they're hard to take out. The other thing you should consider is that we have this web shooter. If you look, it's the one he has here, and it comes with another pair. Here it is. There are 2 extra pairs so you can swap them out. We'll have to do a close-up so you can see, but so you can see the eyes and identify them. These are the eyes that are on now, and these are the extra eyes, check them out. For the web shooter, this is the one that originally comes on our hero's hand, which I haven't changed on this side either. But if you look, each one is different in the way it attaches under the wrist. There have been some things people have been saying among the Spider-Man now that the multiverse is coming, and hopefully they'll include Toyman Wire along with the other Spider-Men. Remember that in the first movies, Toby is actually able to shoot a natural web, so to speak. From then on, the Spider-Man focus on making their own web shooters, and the web is a chemical substance. One of the questions I'm going to leave for you is, how long does it last? For example, in the Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, when he catches an African-American guy who's looking for information, the guy says, "Let me go," and asks, how many hours until it dissolves? Leave your comments. Do you know how many hours it takes for the web of these new Spider-Men to dissolve? But here, the idea is for you to see that this one shoots webs, remembering that this Spider-Man in his advanced suit is from the video game. Now, let's take a look at each of the hand changes. I found this one interesting because, if you keep following our channel, Darkoburi, here he is waving to all the fans. There's a closed fist. Obviously it only comes for one hand, the peace out sign. If not, I would have put it on both. And this one looks like it's trying to grab something. Here, it has the traditional and original shape that our Spider-Man uses to shoot his webs. If you look closely, it has the black part where he presses to activate the switch to shoot his web. These, let's say, come with some attachments that you can put on. It comes with this pair of hands where you can attach these special accessories. There's also this one, as I mentioned, for grabbing. This one comes with its normal pair. Check it out. And it comes with the normal pair for shooting webs in case you want him to hang from both hands. And now here, to scare us when he goes boo, it comes with this pair of hands. The first thing we have here is the spider drone. If you look, this little guy comes with this leg bent backward. Check out how you can bend each of the legs on your spider drone. This is one that Spider-Man uses in his espionage missions. He throws it out there, and it goes sneaking through every crack where Spider-Man can't be seen. And here, obviously, it has its camera. If you look, the eyes are spectacular because he didn't just give it two, it actually has several eyes, and it's super, super cool. Underneath, it's just a flat figure because it's a robot, and sometimes Spider-Man even has to chase after his spider drone because someone's already swiped it. This is really useful for some espionage missions or places where our friend Peter Parker can't get through, so the fact that they included it here is just awesome. Then, check this out, we also have this little Spider-Man plushie. And if you notice, they gave it the same thing, the same advanced suit here with the white spider. You can see here too, the spider is white, and the fists also have that little touch of white. It's a really, really cool little detail for Spider-Man. We'll leave him sitting here so he can keep us company throughout the whole unboxing. Remember, during missions, Spider-Man also has to talk to the police, to those who are his friends and actually believe in him. Here's the cell phone Peter Parker uses to communicate, which is kind of like a tablet. And then we have these two little items. If you remember when you played the video game, these are what we could call the web bombs. You'd throw them on the ground, and then they'd explode and hit everyone around. So it was a weapon. You only had a few rounds of each of these weapons, but they really helped out. There was this web bomb, if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments if I'm making this up. We could say this was the impact web. It was a web that hit the enemies really, really hard and managed to stick them to the walls. It has these little bombs that, if I remember correctly, I didn't actually play it myself, but I used to watch my son Ernestito, who I send lots of greetings to, and also Oscarito. So here it is, he would play and I would help him with the missions he couldn't do. Here we have these little discs, which I imagine are some kind of device you'd use to track enemies, like GPS trackers to follow them. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments because it's been a long time since I played. And now I have this yellow instrument, which honestly, I have no idea what it is. I think it might be something like a box cutter, but if you look, it has a red dot right at the tip. It's black here, and it has some little buttons. I really don't remember what this is for. so I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know in the comments. And look, here's another item that also appears in the video game. The most interesting thing our friends at Hot Toys left us here is, look, the web comes in pieces so you can connect them together bit by bit until you reach the tip. Now you can really create a spectacular diorama with Spider-Man, starting from the tit here and connecting the pieces so it reaches the impact zone. And you actually get 2 sets of these, and they come super well protected. That really surprised me. I would have thought they just put them in the box, but check out the level of protection they come with. And now, let's move on to the last part of the unboxing. Stick around as we wrap up this beautiful video of this gorgeous figure here on the Darkoburi channel. The last thing we have left to analyze is the base. If you look here, you can see Spider-Man. I find it really attractive. The base is super cool. On the back, it just says Marvel and all the registered rights, so it's really, really awesome. This is how your base comes. It's completely anchored, and you can insert it very easily. But you need to be careful because this part, where you attach it, actually requires a small screwdriver. Since I didn't have one that size, I preferred not to force it so I wouldn't strip the screw. But what this does is let you secure your Spider-Man and place him on the base. Obviously, you can set this at the height you want, and then you can attach Spider-Man to make it look like he's hanging or falling, just like he was in the box. You can do it 1,000 different ways, just be very careful. There's a tiny screw here that needs a really small Phillips screwdriver. Don't strip it. Don't try to use a knife. Take good care of your figures. I thought this detail was really cool too. So we'll leave it here just for display, so we can complete the whole Spider-Man figure. Remember, you get your figure, your diorama with these bases, this extra base where you can secure Spider-Man, and all these elements. The interchangeable hands, the different bracelets or web shooters, the alternate eyes, your drone, and all the extra accessories that appear in the video game. And if you liked this video, leave a comment, and if you didn't like it, also let me know what you think about the figure. What was missing? What could we add to tell Hot Toys to include in their new figures? Remember, there was a pre-order for Doctor Strange with the Iron Man suit, and there are a lot of Hot Toys figures coming out. Honestly, everything is amazing. All of them are on pre-order. Now, make sure to check out each and every one of our social media pages. Remember, we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mintable, YouTube, TikTok, and even on Medium. Go through all of our social networks. Remember to like, turn on the notification bell, share, show some love, and don't forget to also visit the Darkoburi page. There you can find exclusive figures. You can get your hands on one of the Hot Toys we're selling. We have mugs, thermoses, keychains. My book Darkoburi, where I give you some tips on how to be a true collector at heart. Let us know which unboxing you'd like us to do next. And as always, you know, Darkoburi, peace out.